Hi, it's Ty with Apocalyptic Gardening, and I'm gonna show you inside the greenhouse. We're hitting the end of summer, so just show you guys kind of what's happening, what we have going on in there. Before we step inside though, I'm gonna show you what we got going on in the yard, because we got quite a bit happening. So let's go check it out. Okay, so you can see we got a peach tree right here, and you can see we got a lot of peaches just about ready to go. And then I've got a second peach tree over here, but nothing happened. We've got the raspberries and blackberry bushes over here. And I'm gonna show you guys something crazy, because there was so many hornets in here the other day. I literally feared for my life to grab. So behind me is the blackberry bushes. And the other day I was out here and I literally was fearing for my life. There were so many hornets, you didn't dare get near it. And then I put this up, this fake hornet's nest, and guess what? They're gone. Okay, there's a couple hornets in there, but they stayed away. You can see there's still hornets in here. But the fake hornet's nest has done a good job. Look how huge those blackberries are. I wish I could stick my hand in there and show you, but I'm afraid I'll get stung. But like, here's a good example right here. Look how big this blackberry is compared to my hand. And that's a big one. In fact, let's pull that out, because that is something we can eat. I've never loved blackberries until I planted these bushes, and I'm telling you, right off the plant, they are amazing. So juicy and so sweet. You can see though, this is what you have to deal with, and they literally eat my blackberries, and these are the favorite thing that I grow. You can see here we also have clumps of raspberries ready to be picked and eaten. You can see the rhubarb plants over here, and then the strawberry plants, and these guys are doing amazing. Look how good these look. They are loving their life out here. I mean, look how big those are. And then over here we actually have a strawberry growing. Let's see if it's not quite ready, but that's pretty good, huh? Okay, so now we're headed to the other side of the yard. We have peach trees over here and apple trees. The apple trees didn't produce this year, but we've got tons of peaches, so I'm gonna show you that. So you can see these apple trees. These are gala apple trees. You can see they are doing amazing. Look how thick they're getting. And there's actually a few apples. I actually had never seen that before. There's a few apples growing up here. But let's go check out the peach trees. So we got one right here. It's just our little guy, but it's actually producing this year for the first time. And then this guy over here, holy cow. I think these peaches, there's gotta be peaches that are already here. Like, that guy's really close. But I wanna show you guys something really funny I found the other day. Oh no, it died, it fell off. This right here was a peach I found yesterday. Twinners, so anyways, that's sad. That was up there hanging out, fell off. You can see there are a lot of peaches on here. I may have to even come pull a few more off so the tree doesn't break. Before we step into the greenhouse, I'm gonna show you right here. I don't know if you can see this, there's tons of dirt right here. We had a lot of rain the other day, and it pulled dirt from this area on here, so I need to come scrape that off. You see these plants are growing really big and nice up here. You see the solar fan back there, and all summer long I just leave this door wide open. Put this plant outside because we've been getting rain. And as we step inside, you can see you got our little cactuses there. And the first problem we see is these tomato plants. And this is one of the reasons I'm making the video today, because I am going to tear these things out. I can't handle them any longer. I don't even like tomatoes, so I gotta get them things out of here. Got the heater right here. Don't need it today because it's about 100 degrees inside here. Okay, so right here, we've got some pepper plants. In my previous video, you probably saw they were teeny tiny, but now they are huge. And you see, look, we actually got some peppers, nice sized peppers growing in here. Got a couple little ones. So the pepper plants are doing awesome. Over here, you've got the orange tree. This is the best this tree's ever looked, and it's because I put some chicken manure around the base of all these trees, and they all seem to be pretty happy. Like, this is about as bright as I've seen any of the leaves on these trees. That's the grapefruit tree right here. It's kind of sparse, but one year that gave us 12 grapefruits. Now over here, you got the other orange tree. You can see it's looking pretty healthy. It's starting to get where it's touching that black tarp here. This is the shade cloth, which I put up in the summertime to help keep temperatures down in here. And the problem is when the leaves touch the shade cloth, it gets really hot. and they kind of start to turn yellow and brown, and I feel like it hurts the tree. So I'm gonna cut back. This is the lime tree. You can see it's really touching the roof. This tree has been so healthy. I'm gonna show you that in a second here. And then for the first time ever, the lemon tree is actually looking pretty good. It's kind of sparse too, but you can see some good growth happening here. And we maybe, I don't want to get my hopes up, but we might get a lemon for the first time ever. That's the only lemon on this tree. Now the cool thing is, the lime tree, I've got like probably 3 dozen limes growing on here. If you look back here, you can see some limes back in there. They're getting pretty big. And in the past, they'd all fall off before they got this big. So I'm hopeful for the first time ever, look and see how many limes. Look how many limes are down here. We're hopeful that for the first time ever, we're actually gonna get limes off this tree. But you can see they are literally everywhere on this tree. I don't know what we're gonna do with all these things. Look at that. Limes everywhere. Look, these are our biggest ones I see in here so far. And the other interesting thing, you got all these limes growing, but guess what else you have? You have flowers. Look, you got little flowers getting ready, which means we'll have new limes coming as we take the old ones off. And if things go right this summer, or this winter, we'll have limes all year round. Now this is my lilikoi plant that I brought from Hawaii. Well, I brought the seeds, and you can see this guy is growing out of control as well. It's actually growing under the tarp. That's not a good thing, so I need to cut this thing back big time. I'm a little nervous because I don't want to shock the tree, or the bush. Sorry, vine. It's a vine, not a bush. But look how big that leaf is. That's the biggest leaf I've seen this lilikoi put out so far. We had some flowers on here earlier this year, but I've still never seen any fruit on this, which is disappointing. I was hoping to get something this year, maybe next year. You can see here, the tomato plants are just out of control. Like, it is craziness. I can't handle it anymore. I gotta get them out of here. I keep cutting them back, and I come back the next week, and they are just completely taking over. But you can see, once again, the pepper plants here. Look how big this guy is. I don't even know if there's any peppers on that one, but he's big. But look at this guy right here. Look at that size of that pepper right here. Isn't that a little beauty? So we should get some good peppers off here. Now, this is a planter box that I put in, and so you'll notice this is upside down, and that's because I can't stick it through, or else it'll poke a hole in the plastic that I put down, and then weeds will grow up in here. But you can see one of the problems with these tomato plants is tomatoes fall off, and then I get all these tomato plants. Look how many tomato plants are growing right here, like a gajillion of them. Okay, so then my pride and joy of the greenhouse, right here. I planted 2 pineapple plants, but you can see one has died. So I take this one out, make room for the other ones, and then hopefully this one keeps going strong. It looks really good. That looks amazing. I just haven't seen anything grow out of it yet. We're still waiting. And then the other thing that you don't really see are these little strawberry plants. And unfortunately, several of them have died, probably because they're not getting any sun. You can see there was one right here. And yeah, they're just not getting any sun. So for the winter, I'm actually thinking about taking some of the strawberry plants, taking them out of the outside box and bring them inside to see if they'll produce strawberries year round for us. That would be super cool. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts or your questions on the greenhouse. Once again, this is more of a journal for me, just to kind of keep up to date with like what's happening here in the greenhouse. It's fun for me to go back and see the progress, the growth, and all that stuff. Here in a second, I'm gonna grab these guys right here, and I'm just gonna chop off the top of all these trees here. I think that's gonna help keep them grow. The next time I do a video in here though, guess what? I will not have these tomato plants. I might not take them out yet because it looks like they might be supporting these plants, but I gotta get them out of here. I can't stand it any longer. So, working up a sweat out here. I think about ready to call it a day. We can see the trees behind me there. How nice that looks. They're trimmed back now from the roof, and hopefully we're good to go. Won't have to trim them down again until next spring. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button below, and we'll catch you next time.